Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day?
Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is September 25th, 2025, and I know what it looks like. So this is a quick update just on the most recent price action on the small time frames and what I'm expecting and why. Guys, if that sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's get into it. Let's go on the hourly time frame for Bitcoin. Yesterday, I told you that we were likely to make a move all the way back down to this local support level that I have in light blue, because ever since we showed some strength at this level, price seems to appreciate or to respect this as a level. So this is our, descending support level. And thus far, for a few days, it's been respected. Now, many people will say, you see, I told you so. That is not support. It's breaking right now. We're going much lower. And I do not want you to freak out for two reasons. One, you are still on higher time frame support. Zoom out and understand where you're at and what you're doing, okay? On the daily time frame, just have a look, okay? Bitcoin is at the bottom of this 75-day channel. That's the first support. The second support is this inverse head and shoulders bullish reversal pattern, okay, that you printed and you broke out of, and that you're seemingly retesting as support. So you have support. And in technical analysis, it's not easy, but it's said that you want to buy red candles and sell green candles. You buy red candles because you draw down into support levels, and that's where you want to be a buyer. That's where you want to be bullish. That's where you want to expect the price to reverse, not necessarily when the price is already green, because the risk increases for you to have bought something at or near the top. Okay, so you want to buy red and sell green. It's scary, it's almost counterintuitive, but buy support, sell resistance is the number one rule. Okay, buy support, sell resistance. Right here you're at support. Right here you're at support. You're at support. Relax. Okay, the second reason I would urge caution and calm at these levels is because even when you have a well-defined level of support in a consolidation range, there is it's in Wyckoff analysis, we call it a spring. Okay, you can look this up, a Wyckoff spring. Essentially what it means in layman's terms is that price tends to explore regions of liquidity below the lowest perceivable level. So right here you can see it's very clean and clear, very nice, respecting the support level. Then all of a sudden you're breaking. Oh no, you're gonna break. No. First of all, that's not how you break. We all know in technical analysis, to break a level, you break, then retest, then break. Okay, so you don't break from support. Secondly, this is very typical, very normal, very, very common. It's a common practice for price to explore levels of liquidity. And one of the reasons it's common is because you have some people that maybe they don't have much experience in the markets, and so they look and they spy a nice clean level of support, and what do? They say, oh, I know exactly what's going on. Price is just gonna go like this, and once it comes down here, it's just going to rebound immediately, and I'm going to hide my stops and liquidations right below this. This will be my invalidation. And so there's a lot of liquidity of people going long in the market with stops and liquidity levels right below the lowest perceived level of support. And then what happens? Price goes, oh, thank you very much. I love liquidity. I haven't had my fill for the day, and then reverses on them. This is what we call a Wyckoff spring. You can look it up, Wyckoff spring. Okay, but it's essentially what I just described. It's a liquidity hunt right beneath perceived support, and then a reversal right after, right? And again, you can also go back to what we discussed. You know, now we've been talking about Wyckoff. You can talk about Ralph Nelson Elliott's AB based theory, where you typically get 3 pairs of corrective patterns. That's one to me. This to me is the second pair. I think this is a compound. This is an ABC. So this is my second pair. I'm expecting a third pair like this. Okay. So I feel like this is the last thing. So this right here, you can say we wick beyond or below our perceived level of support. Now what we need technically to even that out, to close that out, to balance that order book, is a move up and down, creating a previous resistance, right? Because now we're below this, multi-day support, so it's resistance, but we break through it. Now we have to flip it into support, and then you can see on the lower time frame that gives you your inverse head and shoulders bullish reversal pattern. Do expect that. On the small time frames, that's what I'm expecting for Bitcoin on the small time frame. And actually, this morning, you guys can check. I haven't changed it on Twitter. I posted a chart of Bitcoin's perceived path, and I had the arrows dip slightly beneath and then come back up. And the reason I did that is because in my experience, I always see that. I see that time and time again. I see that Wyckoff spring or that dip below lowest perceived support before then recovering the level. So don't be shocked, don't be surprised, don't, think, oh no, Dean, right? Is it changed? No. It's exactly, this is par for the course. This is exactly what we should be expecting. So that's Bitcoin. Nothing's really changed. You can also see on the liquidation heat map, super chart that you can get off of CoinGlass. Here I'm pulling Model 2, as you know, I prefer the 1 month chart. You can see exactly where we're at. We're right here, and we're actually feeding on this liquidity right there around 110. Okay, so that is a level of liquidity that we're currently sitting on, and understand what this means. So I'm showing you on the charts, I'm saying it's support, I'm drawing lines and all that kind of stuff, and I'm showing you channels, and I'm saying this is the bottom of a 75-day channel. That's one way to explain it. This is on chart. This is not technical analysis. This is on chart analysis. You can say it's technical analysis, but it's a different kind, where you can just go off of liquidity. And what is liquidity? It's a level where the price says, okay, I'm happy here, I'm at rest here, now what? Okay, just think in terms of liquidity. The price saying, I'm at rest now what? So it doesn't feel the need to go anywhere per se. So if it's feeding here and it's at rest, it's probably going to be like, oh, what else? Is there any more pools, other pools anywhere around? And then somebody says, yeah, up yonder, up north, close to 120K, right above there, there's some more liquidity. Oh, all right, I'm going there. And so don't be surprised if price hangs out here for a bit, probably into tonight's close, and then goes up and makes its way and makes that move that I was talking about in the previous episode, that 11-12% move up to the top of our 75-day range. This is what you also see corroborated in the liquidation heat map info. Now, what about altcoins? Very good question. So, apples to apples comparison, hourly chart, what do you see? Altcoins are basing. This is exactly what you want to see. Look, a nice bullish hammer candle that's indicating an exhaustion of trend. So the trend on the small time frame is down right here, right? That big bullish hammer candle signifies an exhaustion of that trend, that local trend. And what you see is a move that's going sideways and dipping right back into the level that you hit initially. So this is classic consolidation, right? And it's an accumulation. Why? Because you hit a bottom, you feed on that liquidity once, twice, probably thrice, and then you start making your way up and out of this small time frame channel of accumulation. Okay, that's all that is, right? Look at altcoins. This again is the others, meaning it's all of the altcoins in the cryptocurrency space minus the top 10 in market cap. And you can see here, on the whole, altcoins are extremely bullish because they're at support and they're showing strength at support. When I say showing strength, they're showing you a very credible accumulation pattern at a support level. That's extremely strong show of strength, right? So again, here I'm counting, my AB bases. If I want to do that, I feel, let's see, let me just measure this really quickly. Make sure, oops, that's not where I want to go. Try that again. Right here to there. Yep. Okay, so I can say mathematically it's possible and probable that you did 1, 2, and you're probably going to do something like this. That's going to be your 3 pairs of corrective patterns, or 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot. That's going to be your completed accumulation pattern for altcoins. Okay, and remember where we're at. We're zoomed in on the hourly time frame, just because we did a bunch of contextual analysis in the previous episode. But if you zoom out for just a second, go on the 4 hourly or even the daily, you'll see exactly where you're at in altcoins, and you're forming a credible accumulation range at a very strong level of support. This is itself 70, 75 days, something like that. And you can see here, you're more likely than not putting in a WXY, some type of, corrective flat correction, complex flat correction, yeah? And so you're at the base of a complex flat correction, just like Bitcoin. You're at multi-month support right here, and on multi-month support, forming on the smaller time frames a credible accumulation range. That is still likely the first move up and out, and we might want to, we'll change this in a bit, but that first projection here is going to be a touch higher right there, something like that. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for altcoins. That's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. That's my analysis for today. It's nice and short today. It's pretty much just looking more in more detail at what we're seeing on the small time frames and going back to what we posited in the previous episode. So guys, if you found value, like, share, and subscribe. Consider joining my crypto portfolio mentorship and consultation service, where you will get help from me personally identifying which altcoins are actually bullish to trade. Because let me tell you, there are certain altcoins that are not bullish right now. They're absolutely not bullish right now. And some of them are not even putting in what you saw on the small time frame there, that small time frame accumulation channel. They're not doing that because they're not bullish. And there's no big plans for them to recover and start pumping in pure impulse. Okay? If anything, they'll go up, but correctively. Okay, they'll go up modestly and then come down much more, right? So in crypto portfolio mentorship and consultation, we look at which altcoins are primed and ready to trade for the crypto bull market, for crypto alt season, and we look at the levels, high probability resistances, where to sell, high probability support levels, where to buy, to snowball profits. So we do that with up to 5 altcoins that you can sign up to, once again, with the link at the pinned comment below. And if you'd like to work with me, but you don't want to commit to an entire portfolio or something as intensive as crypto portfolio mentorship and consultation, and you're just looking for my take on one asset or one indicator, could be crypto, could be non-crypto, doesn't matter. I look at gold, precious metals, commodities, stocks, whatever. That is the single asset analysis service. Just pay $120 through any of the 4 payment methods below, and email me what it is you want me to look at within 24 hours. Usually within just a few hours, you'll get my pre-recorded analysis, and then you can follow up with a couple questions. And last but not least, the exchange partner for this YouTube channel, BTCC, based in London, the oldest running exchange in all of crypto, never been hacked, is offering, through my sign up, exclusively 10% cash back for new deposits of at least 500 USDT or the equivalent. So all you have to do is sign up with my partner link below, deposit your 500 or above USDT or equivalent, make a single trade, either spot or leverage, wait up to 7 days, and you should get your deposit back. Yes, some of you did not get it within 7 days. We're still working on that. I'm sorry about that. But I would say 95% of you have gotten it within 7 days. So thank you to those of you who have signed up. Apologies to those of you who have not yet received your rebates. But we are working on it. I don't know what's going on, but my rep and I both are on it. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.
I vocalize, too deep to localize, even when I'm right on the surface. You act surprised how I work this, but I can't lie. Many a good alibi. I'll catch you later. Visions are vividly enhanced with emphasis and amethyst to develop morale advantages which help us manifest magnanimous. We body vitals like evangelists. So listen when you're dealing with people who be revealing premonitions with precision. At least that's what I'm aiming at for now. I speak the language of the world, meandering throughout the crowd. Used to feel safe to say anything, but now it's a risk. It's hard for me to let go when all I can do is reminisce. Gone like the wind, here's where I begin. Should I smile or should I grin what's happening? Gone like the wind, here's where I begin.